Hello, mic check. Okay, good. All right. Hi everyone. Welcome to this module where I talk about the where I talk about project management and in particular digital project management. Now, the goal here, right, from last week is from the previous videos you've watched, is just to find a way to connect the basics, the general, what is project, approaches to project management, approaches to projects, different kinds of project, different kinds of approaches, the difference between projects, operations, right? Just finding a balance between all that, into what we would really term as project management. And so to start, let's look at project management, right? Think about project management like you can see on my screen here as bringing order to complexity, right? When you think of the work of project managers, you think of them as the ones that make sense of everything. Like the example I've given you previously, project managers are the people who, like the conductor in an orchestra, everybody can do well on their own, but when different people are coming together to achieve the same goal, there needs to be somebody working with them to bring order, to ensure that we are focused, to ensure that we are aligned on what we have set out to deliver. You see, so project management is the art of organizing people, resources, and time to deliver something valuable. It's about turning ideas into reality systematically, right? The systemic part of it is really important as well. So the work breakdown structure, right? The goal of the work breakdown structure really is for you to see on a quick eye level, right? The entire project. So you think about it, the project is build house, right? I know this is a sample, it's a vague sample. So build house, right? And we say, okay, to build house, there are three main parts of building the house: the foundation, the walls, and the roof. For someone else, you can say foundation, walls, roof, interior. You can say foundation, walls, roof, aesthetics, right? That includes interior decoration, exterior decoration, right? Just interior designing, just different things like that. So the goal of the work breakdown structure, WS as we call it, is to break down the total project into what we call work packages. Do you get? So it's usually an hierarchical tree that says that, okay, this is the entire project, then we break it down into maybe three components or just a quick eye level. Then each of those things, we then break them down. Of course, not too granular, right? The goal of the WS is not to be super granular, right? The goal of it is to help us achieve at an eye level. This is what we are trying to build, okay? And the golden rule of this scope is if it's in the WBS, do it. If it's not in the WBS, it's out of scope. So if we can visualize it, these are all the major activities we want to do in the project. If it's not here, if we can't find a place to put that activity, then it's not valid, right? It just protects you from free work. It protects you from doing unplanned work. And unplanned work usually is one of the things that would affect your team a lot of times in even delivering the things that you had originally planned to do. So the things that you had even planned to do originally, having to do a lot of tasks out of the WBS, right, or out of scope would really hamper you from being able to deliver that effectively on in a lot of cases, right? So moving on, why not just use a list, right? To-do list, like right? To-do list can get messy, right? Can get messy for teams, right? You can just write a list of things you want to do across board, but that cannot really how productive can that really be? Do you get it? How productive or how great can that really be? When you think about it, right? I have a to-do list on my notes. To-do list can be best used for individuals, right? But when we get into teams, everyone needs to be able to see at an eye level. Most likely, if you're a project manager for a construction project, you can see, okay, you're the one in charge of building the house. But for the major, like you see here, right? For the foundation, maybe there's someone you're putting in charge to supervise it. For the roofing, a carpentry vendor. For the interior decoration, another vendor. For painting, another vendor. So you have all those different things. Do you see? So WBS just helps you get that pictorial view of what you're expected to do, right? And very important that you organize it by deliverables, not now, right? So, sorry, deliverables in terms of what to do, not activities. So think about it like not you don't say roof, you say roofing. Do you get do you get what I'm saying? So let's look at it here. Sorry, rather, pardon me. Yeah, you identified not in terms of the activities to be done. Do you get? Yeah, you identify by names exactly. So the particular stage of the project. So think about it like a digital project manager for a digital marketing organization or an IT firm, or a project manager on an IT software development project. You are building a product, you are building a mobile application. What you're expected to do, so your WBS could look like, okay, build 3,000 followers, or build 500,000 followers, or build social media, all right? One of your immediate packages here could be, it could be what now? It could be email marketing. It could be blogging, because these are your strategies to achieving the main goal of 500,000 social media following, right? So not posting on social media. No, it's social media, email, SMS, webinars, things like that, right? It's important that you take note of that. So how deep do we go, right? So level one is the project. Then two is major deliverables, then three is work packages, right? Okay. So the fence, right? The idea of the scope is what you are doing. So think about this image. The scope is very direct. Scope is, this is what we are doing in this project. If it's not here, we are not building it. Do you get it? Building websites can be in scope. Building a mobile app is out of scope. They are not the same things. So you get it? They are not the same things, and they should not be treated or approached like the same things, right? So I want you to spot the missing piece and let me know in the chat here. So you are building a login feature, you have design, you are write code, test code, right? What should be here, right? Yeah. Anybody, can you catch what is missing? Just think about it. Okay, time up. So of course, what's missing is to deploy it. All right. So when you design it, the flow usually is you design a UI, the developer front end builds and back end connects the APIs. I've spoken about this before, or in some other videos. Then the code is tested, then it needs to be deployed to the user. Do you get? So these are these different steps that you need to look at here. Now, I want you to do this. I would like to see this in the chat actually. On For each team. So I want to see for each team, each group, right? Each subgroup, yes. I want to see your approach to this. So pick a destination, draw a 3-level WBS tree and break it into 10 work packages. I'd like to see this in each team, okay? Thank you very much, everybody. I'm looking forward to your responses. Thank you.